Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy, and we are still playing with our air fryer, and I'm excited about tonight's video. We are making some homemade chicken taquitos. Cannot wait to try this recipe. We found this on Pinterest. We usually buy the frozen ones, but I wanted to try my hand at making some homemade. So we have some, just some flour tortillas. Grab those at the store. We're gonna do just chicken and cheese with some hatch chilies. Whoops, there you go, some hatch green chilies in them. And just gonna keep it really simple. You don't wanna get these things too full because they will just like spill out the sides if you do. But we are gonna put 3 kinds of cheese in them. We're gonna put our hatch chilies in them. We're gonna put a little bit of cumin and just keep our seasonings really simple, really basic. And we're gonna put these in the air fryer. We're gonna let them crisp up. We've got some of our favorite refried beans to serve on the side, and just some simple lettuce and diced tomato just to go on the side like you do in a Mexican restaurant. So let's get this made. Hubby's gonna be home in about an hour, so we need to get these finished. All right, friends, so I've got chicken. I just boiled these chicken breasts, and I'm gonna cut them in half before I shred them because I don't want huge chunks of chicken. I want these to be a little bit on the smaller side. So we're just gonna throw our chicken right in the bowl. Just gonna grab my tongs. I'm just gonna use my tongs to just kind of break this chicken up a little bit because I want it in small enough pieces that I can pack this into the tortillas, and they're not gonna be huge, long pieces of chicken because I want these to be kind of bite size. Might have better luck with a couple of forks, but I think we're gonna be okay. I didn't put any seasonings in the chicken. I just kept the chicken just basic water, no real seasonings in it because I didn't want to do anything that's going to compete with the flavor of these amazing hatched green chilies that we're going to put in this. With our cumin, we will put a little bit of salt and pepper in them just because we need to season them. And I think I'm going to grab a couple of forks real quick. Just gonna make it, there we go. That's what I should have done to begin with, friends, is just get the forks. I'm all of a sudden in this mode of trying to see how few dishes I can make a mess with and not have a ton of dishes to do in the evening. But so you can customize these any way you want to. I'm just putting in the taquitos what we like to have in them, but you can certainly fill them with whatever you like. One quick secret about these things, if you're making homemade taquitos, you want to be able to stick these in the freezer for about a good 15-20 minutes before you decide to air fry them or even put them in the oven. You want your filling to be nice and cold because if your filling is hot and you put these in the air fryer, the inside is going to be overheated and oohing out before the tortilla is actually crispy. All right, I think we've got that pretty well shredded up. Now this is gonna make quite a few, which is fine. I will just end up putting part of these in the freezer. So we're gonna put in our hatch green chilies. We're gonna put in a little bit of cumin. I love cumin in, and I think I'm just gonna get it's a brand new bottle of cumin. I think that's probably good. Let's see. I'm going to put in a little of our 3 onion seasoning, keeping it kind of simple. Put a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, we've got our Redmond's real salt. We want our chicken to have good flavor. All right, I'm gonna put in a 4-ounce chunk of softened cream cheese. You want this to be pretty soft because we're gonna have to mix this cream cheese into our chicken. And I've got about, I'm gonna say probably between a half a cup and 3/4 of a cup of cheddar cheese and about the same amount of a Monterey Jack. Okay, that's gonna be all of our seasoning. So we're just gonna take our fork, we're just gonna mash this cream cheese into this chicken. Get the rest of our cheeses and those chilies mixed into that chicken. I make a very similar filling that I do homemade chimichangas for my husband. He loves chimichangas and we do those in the air fryer. I will do those for you guys another time. We do big batches of freezer beef and chicken chimis, and those make a really great, easy, quick dinner. Another thing that I make big batches of them when I make them, because then I can flash freeze them, put them in my reusable Ziploc storage bags, stash them in my freezer, and I have them ready for a night when I need a quick dinner. I always have pouches of these refried beans on hand that are my favorite. Okay, I think that looks pretty well mixed. I don't want to really mash it a whole lot. I just want it to be nicely mixed. All right, we have our flour tortillas. We're going to be really careful that we don't overfill these. So we're just going to do one taquito at a time. And I'm just going to use my fork, other fork I had over here. You want them to have a decent amount of filling, but you don't want to overfill them either. Because if you overfill them, you're going to have trouble getting them to stay together, and we don't want that. And you don't need to let your filling go all the way to the very end either. All right, so we're just going to take our tortilla, we're going to pull it nice and tight on that one end, and we're going to roll it up, and there's our taquito. So we're just going to keep rolling these until we get them all rolled. I'm going to save out a few for dinner tonight, and the rest of these I'm going to put them in the freezer, and they'll be ready for me when I need a quick dinner that's already in my freezer. I love making taquitos and chimichangas for the freezer at home versus buying the frozen ones, because then I can control the ingredients that are in them. I know what's in my taquitos, I know what's in my burritos or my chimis or whatever, and it just makes it. And these are nice big fat ones. So probably 2 of those is plenty. So whatever we have left over, like I said, I'll just put them in on a sheet pan. I'll stick them in the freezer, and they will just freeze until I'll flash freeze them. And if you're not familiar with what that means, so we're not going to stack these in a bag until they are completely frozen. So we'll put them on a cookie sheet, throw them in the freezer, and just let them freeze completely solid, and then they'll be ready for me to put in a storage bag and put those in my freezer for a later use. So once I get these 4 done, I'm going to put these on a sheet pan, and I'm going to stick them in the freezer so that they can get nice and chilled, and they'll be ready for us to make our taquitos for dinner tonight. So I have a little sheet pan, and I'm just going to stick these in here nice and tight. I'm going to throw these in my freezer, let them freeze, and we'll roll the rest. All right, so I think we can get a couple more. I'm not sure how many, but we can get a couple. My hubby likes these sometimes when he just needs a little something. He can grab one of these homemade taquitos. He can throw this in the air fryer, let it cook for probably 10 or 12 minutes in the air fryer, and then they are done. So it looks like we might get, probably gonna get 2 more. This is probably gonna be it right here, which is fine. I'm gonna grab a spatula so I get the rest of all of this out. All right. So these are gonna go on another little sheet pan, and we're going to put these in our freezer We'll flash freeze these, and then we will put these in our reusable Ziploc bags that we have. Just like that, friends. We got 6 with 2 chicken breasts. We got 6 of our taquitos ready for the air fryer. All right, friends, hubby just called. He's on his way home. We're gonna get our taquitos in the air fryer. I've got our refried beans heating up on the stove. So let's get these taken care of. We're gonna brush them with a little bit of avocado oil so that they get nice and crispy while they're in the air fryer. So let's get them in there. Friends, so I just pulled them out of the freezer. I'm gonna put them seam side down so that they don't come apart. Just gonna put them on these trays that are meant for my air fryer. And I'm actually gonna flip them over first. Let's start them with the seam side up so we can brush them. And we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of avocado oil on each one so we can give it a good brush. And then we're gonna flip these over so we can get the other side. We wanna make sure we get them all nice and coated because that's what's gonna help these things get a nice brown coating on them. Pull any of that oil up off the pan that just drizzled. Make sure we give them plenty of room so they have plenty of room to crisp up while they're in the air fryer. I'm telling you, friends, these are gonna be amazing. Super excited to eat these. As I said, keep them seam side down so that they stay together. Our inside is frozen, not all the way, but it's hard, and that way it's gonna not ooze out when we cook them in the oven. So let's get them in the air fryer. So these pans fit our air fryer. And I will have to rotate them halfway through so that they're getting even, because the ones up here on top are gonna get brown faster than the ones on the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and air fry. And there it goes, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes. All right, friends, our taquitos are done. Get my pan out. They look amazing. Let's get these plated up. Hubby just got home. He's hungry. We need to eat dinner. A little bit of cheese. You know, in the restaurants, they always give you a little bit of cheese with your refried beans. We're gonna put a couple of these taquitos on his plate. All right, friends, there is our homemade chicken taquitos. You can see that filling in there. These smell incredible. Some refried beans, a little bit of lettuce, tomato, onions on hubby's, olives, and some jalapenos for him. We're gonna go enjoy this. I'm super excited to try these. Hope you guys will try this recipe. I will leave the recipe in the link in the description box for you guys, so you guys can make these yourself at home. So much easier than the frozen stuff, so much better. You know what the ingredients are, and that's what's important. So friends, it means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me in my kitchen and see what I'm doing. I hope you guys will join me again. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there so you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Friends, give this video a like because that really helps get my channel out there, helps get these videos out there for people to see, lets YouTube know that you like the content that I have. And friends, we will talk to you in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.
Need someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other.